What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy ABK, and thank you for checking out another one of my weekly Forex and cryptocurrency analysis. I do appreciate y'all. So let's go ahead and get started. You guys know how I usually do. I usually check out fundamentals right before I check out the charts, and that's only just to see exactly what the fundamental analysis is looking like for the week, so that I can be able to say, okay, I'm anticipating a big move when this type of news happens, but I don't care about the numbers or anything like that. And that's just my personal opinion about trading. That's how I go about it. It's worked for me for as long as I can remember, so I stick to it, So let's go ahead and get started. So there's some news today, CPI for the NZD dollar, and then there's GDP for the yen, but not really going to be paying attention to those news because I don't even trade either of those pairs. And NZD, I might actually pick up one pair. I'm just cussing. But Monday we have AUD monetary policy meeting minutes, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesday there is no news that is high impact. Wednesday there is 1 a.m. At 1 a.m. it is GBP CPI. 7:30 a.m. we have Canadian dollar CPI. Thursday 2 p.m. Central Standard Time we have RBA Governor Lowe speaks for the Australian dollar. Then Friday we have Euro German flash manufacturing PMI, and then as well we have US dollar treasury currency reports. So that's going to be tentative. Basically it's going to be like an all-day type of thing, or it just comes out whenever it does come out. This is something that I'm going to watch out for because I'm not used to seeing this news event, and so I think it happens every quarter, or is it every, hold on, I'll see right here. So April 16th was the last time it happened. So twice per year. So basically, it says semi-annual. This is a semi-annual report. Something that happens only twice a year, I'm going to definitely watch out for it because that means that there is some kind of like, oh, this is something that people are going to be definitely watching out for, especially since it's a treasury currency report. Definitely going to be watching out for that on Friday for the US dollar, and especially since that's the only high impact news this whole week, going to be watching for that. So that being said, let's go on over to these charts. All right, so first and foremost, we are here at the DXY. It's going on over to the daily time frame. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and delete this because this is something that is fresh, and I will just talk about this on the analysis, right? So price has been rejecting off of this huge zone that's up over here in between 94.364 and 94.772. If we're going over to the weekly time frame, the candlestick is not necessarily looking like it wants to go bearish. It looks like it wants to reject off of this and make a retracement to the downside. However, I'm not going to just go off of one candlestick and say that, oh, I'm not going to be bullish on this, because price has been bullish and it is above this 50 EMAs. And so, I mean, the least I can say is that there's a retracement that's due, right? That's the least I could say. Or, I mean, not the least I could say, the most I could say at this point. I'm not using any divergence or anything like that, just going off of market structure. This could potentially be right here. No, not really. It just looks like a channel at this point. Kind of looks like a channel that's just going upwards. That could be that it's like, it's not a rising wedge because it's not a wedge. It's a rising flag. We could possibly see a rising flag where price just consolidates a little bit before it breaks down to the downside. But I still do have my two opinions on the DXY, which is either A, right where price is currently at. Hold on, let me move this up the way. Where price is currently at from this low of where it bounced off of this support to the high, the retracement, it came down. I mean, it never really did come back to these equal lows. It just came and it came down here and then bounced back up, and now is in between this fib zone. And let me go ahead and change this a little bit. I like having my 71% and my thick lines. So yeah, we have this fib zone here. With this fib zone, I'm saying that, okay, price still can potentially, although the candlesticks on the 4-hour are not showing that that's what it wants to do, but this could be an area where price still goes bullish, because price is still in an uptrend, although the structure on this 4-hour, I mean, this would be the structure I'd want to see get broken before I state that, okay, well, yeah, it's now bearish, you know. But it is still a bullish DXY. It's just the way how this looks. Like I said, the candlesticks are not showing that, but off of just right here, like, it doesn't look terrible. It still looks like a good buy to me. Depending on how the DXY opens, that's when I would make my decision on if I'm gonna keep selling Euro USD. Because for those who are in the next wave, chat, you guys know that I am selling Euro USD. I got out a little early, but I'm still thinking if I'm gonna get back in it, you know. So let's see what the DXY is going to do, but I do think that it could potentially keep going bullish if it holds here, especially since it dropped down like this and then popped back up and then it's just retracing. So arbitrage wise, I mean, we see the 1 hour right here. 1 hour is calling for a buy, so that's something that I'm looking at as well. I like seeing that. 4-hour time frame, however, it is bearish, and I mean, I would still need a retracement back up to like 94.150 before trying to sell it regardless. And that's just on the daily. On the 4-hour. Daily time frame, still very much bullish. And weekly time frame, same thing. Just holding at this upper danger zone for now. So like I said, this still can very much go bullish from here on this weekly time frame. But yeah, that's on the DXY, still watching that. All right, Euro USD. So this is the sell that I was talking about that I was in. I had mentioned that, I'm going to be getting into this sell. Price had dropped down a little bit, but then it's just consolidating right here. Then I would talk about this sell, because I would still say that it's not a bad look to get into. Okay. Going on to the weekly time frame on Euro USD. Oops. I don't even know what I did. Oh yeah, this was from that previous swing sell. So right now, price is still, again, on 2 weeks in a row, price is still holding under this zone that I was saying, hey, this could be a potential just liquidity grab, stop and type of thing. It doesn't look like that to me though. This looks like to me as if price is still holding below this huge zone. I mean, going to the monthly time frame, then we could just see how big the zone is, right? We have price starting to come down over here. It was wicking it at first. Previously, like this is back in 2017, where price is rejecting off of the support and bouncing up and down in between this 50 EMA on the monthly time frame. And then once we have this candle where it finally did close under 1.16200 basically, then it was bearish, and it was bearish for a very long time right after that. Right now, monthly time frame, price is under this 50 EMA on the monthly. We still have 12 days left, so this candle still has not closed, right? But like I said, 2 weeks in a row, it's not a doji candle necessarily. It's bigger than this doji candle right here, just the body of the candle, but still, it is still under 1.16200, and I am still saying that, this looks kind of bearish to me, you know. If I draw the fib from this high to this low, because it is still making lower lows and lower highs. Price is rejecting off of this zone. Getting that right there on the sell box, because like I said, I'm still looking for sells here. And what the sell would look like. It sounds like this. out of the market because I was like, you know what? I don't want to necessarily hold the trade for the week. I'm just gonna get out the trade. I'll get back in when next week opens, right? And I still feel like this can drop. Like I like the 4-hour candlesticks the daily time frames that both of these candles left huge wicks to the upside. Like I'm still feeling good about the sells. No cap. Same thing here, like, and this is kind of like, oh, this is a breaker retest on higher time frames. Price didn't get up here that quickly, and even if it was to go bullish, I would still need something like this to play out. Let me hide those from this low to this high. I would need price to come back down to like 1.15538 before I start to consider, okay, yes, let's go bullish type of thing. Because this is a huge zone. And price has been under it for a couple of days now. I'm not going to just say that, okay, that it's going to keep going bullish, you know? Especially since it's making lower highs and lower lows. No, thank you. I'm good. So we'll see. I'm definitely going to draw this out to be like, okay, yes, this is something that I'm going to be aware of. But it's not something that I'm gonna, like I said, I'm more looking for sells on Euro USD than buys. So go ahead and short position. Let's get this out. Oh, that was my other, well, same thing basically, right? Like same everything. I don't know why I just didn't bring them back out, but I'll fix that up for myself later. So yeah, I'm still looking for this sell. Going over to arbitrage, weekly time frame, still very much bearish, and it's even under the lower danger zone. So I feel like this could just go even lower, you know. Daily time frame, still very much bearish over here. Like it doesn't look like it's gonna do much. Everything's still pointing towards the downside. 4-hour time frame did call for the buy. However, the RSI line is right at ground zero, and the lower pro is pointing bearish, and price is rejecting hard off of this upper danger zone, right? And then we have the 1-hour time frame calling for a sell, but the 1-hour time frame just looks sloppy right now. But like I said, I'm still bearish on this thing. Like for me personally, I'm getting into sells on Euro USD once the market opens. So, and that's going to be like in about what 6 hours, something like that. So yeah, I'm definitely bearish on Euro USD overall. It's going over to AUD USD. Okay, AUD USD, man. So I was in a trade that I had called out in one channel and like it's still in the trade. Like this is a swing trade. I mean, the position trade, and it's going nicely. It's gone up 222 pips. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this because now I need to talk about this possible retracement. Still kind of want to see price come up overall and long-term wise, 0.77791. But I do have to acknowledge that, maybe I could delete this right here. These need to be hidden. Or you know what? Nah. Let me just do it here. I could organize myself later. There you go. Okay, so we still have this. We're still chilling at the supply zone, kind of right above it, on AUD USD, and that's talking about from this fib, from this high to this low. I'm pretty sure I have this mapped out somewhere, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this fib right here. Right, price has been going bullish very steadily, very nicely, to be honest with you, from the buys, and it's barely coming above this higher time frame fib to the left that we see here from the lows of 0.69892 to the highs of 0.80165. One thing that I am very I'm watching out for, since this is bearish, and I mean, if the only time that I can really say that okay, this is going bullish for sure is once it breaks above this previous high. Because I could argue and say that this is a low, this is high, lower high. I mean, higher low, higher high. That would be like, okay, yes, the price is going to go bullish for sure. But I can't say that quite yet. And we can also argue and say that this could be a potential head and shoulders pattern right here. Now, although price didn't come down this low, let me go ahead and make this much better looking. The problem with fixing head and shoulders is such a difficulty. Let me just make another one. But yeah, as we can see here, head and shoulders pattern. If price holds at this level, like after leaving this wick to the upside like that, and also since I still do believe that the DXY could still potentially go bullish, if AUD USD goes a little higher, then DXY is probably gonna drop. But I don't know. This weekly time frame, however, this weekly candle is huge, so it's kind of hard to go up against that. But price is right at like, once the candle opens, it's going to be right at the 50 EMA, and if it closes anything under this 50 EMA, then it's going to be kind of hard for me to say that I am bullish on it. Because even look, last time on this candle, it closed above the 50 EMA, then the candle right after closed right under it. So it's kind of like, so when it comes to AUD USD, I'm kind of at a tricky spot because it is, like I said, it is holding right above the supply zone, but it could just very well, like 2 days or 3 days from now, drop and be in that supply zone again. So it's like, if I was in an AUD USD sell, I would still be in it, but I'd just be in some drawdown because my entry would be, if I was selling this, my entry would have been at right around here. Stop loss above those highs. And then TP would be literally down here. Yeah, that's exactly where TP would be at these lows. So that would be if I was selling this. I'm not in the sell or anything. I'm not selling this or anything like that. But if I do set a stop, if I do set a sell stop and prices drops down to that low, I would stay in that trade. No cap. Because it definitely can't hold here. It's right above these equal highs where price is like, oh, I'm gonna leave a huge wick there. Like off a candle, especially off a candlestick like that. It looks good. It looks pretty good for a sell. I'm not gonna lie. I might actually get into AUD USD for a sell. Not even joking. Especially if I'm feeling the way I'm feeling with EU and the DXY. I'm gonna keep going and see if other pairs are lining up with that DXY bullish correlation that I'm having. Let's go see what RB's talking about. 1 hour time frame is I'm selling this. I'm selling AUD USD. Although yes, the 4 hour time frame is definitely bullish and it's rejecting off of the second deviation. I like seeing rejections off of second deviation because then that could possibly mean it's gonna fall. So we'll see. Daily time frame did call for a buy, but I would not have gone into that. So that's actually something I'm gonna be watching. Yeah, I gotta be careful for that. But the weekly time frame been called for this sell, holding at the mean line. If this holds, I'm selling this thing, man. Selling it hardcore. So definitely like seeing that on AUD USD. I'm about to get in that. I was even in the sell, but now I'm about to. Oh well, I was in the buy, but I'm about to be in this sell. About to Still gonna hold this trade. Where is it? Still hold this position because this is up 220 something pips. And like if I'm wrong, then you can still be like if you're in the trade, that is. If you're in the trade, I would still hold that buy. Because if I'm wrong, then you're making money that's gonna be recouping the loss that you just took. Alright. So on to UCHF. Yeah, I forgot that I did this setup on UCHF as well. Yeah, it's looking like DXY is about to take off based off of these other pairs. How they looking? Let me delete all of this here, and I'll talk about it later. Okay. So what I was saying with UCHF, I don't think I even traded that much last week. Was that it's still above this 50 EMA, but supply zone got hit, price ended up falling a little bit, but that wasn't enough to tell me to try to sell UCHF necessarily, because I do feel like this could still go bullish. Price left this huge wick, because this looks like a hammer. It looks like it wants the price to go take off, but I don't like this candle that that played out right after. But it hit the 61.8 zone from this low to this high. If you want, you could play it like this, where the actual bullish move started right here. Then price clean very close to the 71%. Or if you want to do it where price really just broke above these highs, because I don't know. There's variations of how I've seen some people trade with fibs, and I'm just like, those are actually kind of all valid. And if you make money off of it, then is it wrong? But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just rather put it down over here at this low where price really started to go bullish. So I could just say that, oh, well, I missed the opportunity to get in the trade. But of course, like I usually say with fibs, either the 61.8, the 71%, or the 78.6 are all three places where you could potentially get positions in. And you could even stack. So I could have gotten 1/3 of position here, and I could have been almost at break even, whatever. But anyways, 4-hour time frame. I'm not really crazy over how this looks for a potential buy. However, this looks like a morning star right here. And I was mentioning that, okay, if I can get a retracement kind of like this, which I think price, did it really already do that? No, it didn't. Where this type of retracement would be what I'm looking for. So I would want price to come down to like the 0.92141 before I decide, okay, maybe I'll look for a buy opportunity off of this and start taking price to the upside. Now again, this is technically in an uptrend, but it still has yet to break above this previous high, because this was the low, then it made a high, lower, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, then it broke through the structure. So we could say that it might have switched structure, held through the supply zone. So all what I just talked about, it's kind of going up against a trend, because we could argue and say that, oh, well, this is a bearish structure. So, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, the way how the DXY looks and how the other USD pairs look and how this is setting up, I'm more bullish than bearish for sure on these pairs. I do know that, let me actually go ahead and draw out my line, and then give myself this buy box. About setups next week. Okay. There we go. I do know, however, that inside this zone here is danger. Right here. I know that there's this in this supply zone, that there is danger. This small time supply zone, if you will. So I know that once price gets up here, that if, like, let's say that I get my entry and I'm buying it and price goes up, I do know that right here is a place I'm going to have to be careful at. But we'll see how things go. I am definitely looking for buys on UCHF though. Okay, that's for UCHF. Let's go on over to arbitrage. Actually, almost forgot. Man, last week was a whole bunch of break evens and TP1s hitting, man, and it was annoying me. So got TP1 hit off of this buy, and then price came back, and I'm like, okay, break even. I was able to make some type of money, not how much I wanted to make, but it is what it is. Price is still calling for buys, and it's still rejecting off of the upper, the lower danger zone. However, I do not like getting right back into trades right after I just gotten out of them. So that's one thing that I am watching out for. Let me go into the 2-hour time frame and see something real quick. Yeah, 2-hour time frame is still bearish. 4-hour time frame, yeah, it is bearish. I'm pretty sure the daily is pretty bearish. No, it's not pretty bearish, but I mean, price is closing under the lower danger zone, and it did reject off of that. I mean, it is closing under the RSI line, and it is closing. I mean, and this is closing like right up again. It's right on that. It is right up on that upper danger zone. I don't know why I was mixing those two up. But so that's something that I'm definitely watching out for. But overall, weekly time frame, this is still, I mean, it's still bullish. It's coming closer and closer to that RSI line, so that's something I'm watching for. But it's kind of iffy with UCHF. UCHF doesn't look the best on arbitrage, except for that 1-hour time frame where it could potentially still hold that buy. So, go on to Mr. Tacos. I'm so glad that this buy stop didn't get triggered, because look what happened. And that's exactly why I said, okay, well, let's set it. That's why I'm just like with USDMXN with Mr. Tacos. I'm like, hey, I'm so happy that I didn't get into this buy stop, because look what price is doing. But again, let's go on over to the 4-hour time frame. Damn, this thing hella faked me out when I came to this range. When I was talking about, oh, I would probably end up trying to play this range. I should have played it. It's all right though. One thing I want to point out with USDMXN though is that with this bullish move that it made, let's just take it from this low to this high. That price is currently at that 61.8 fib. Now, I will be watching what it does probably at 20.22089 once it gets there for a potential buy. But I mean, again, this could be playing the range, just like how I said that, oh, if it holds right here and not do something like this, then I might try to play the range. Close that because I don't need it anymore. So gonna see what USDMXN is doing. Not really a fan of how it's been playing out for the past couple of months, quite honestly. I'll see what it does here though, because again, I'm pretty much bullish on the other USD pairs as well. Like USCHF, I wanted to buy. 80 USD, I wanted to sell. EU, I wanted to sell. I think I'm kind of hurt at gold. If I remember correctly what gold did on Friday, I think I'm kind of hurt about it. But yeah, USDMXN, definitely watching to see what it does down inside this buy box before I decide like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll get into a buy. Let me go onto the daily time frame to see something. I don't like how these look at all for potential, oh, you should get into a sell. So I mean, you should try to get into a buy right now. Like, absolutely not. I'd rather just wait for this to see what price is going to do inside this buy box, or if I should just, you know, take it even a little bit lower. I mean, it's not that much bad. It's not that much worse, to be honest with you. But, you know, I'm chilling off of USDMXN for sure. This thing looks like it wants to go bearish. However, I remember that I did need this weekly time frame to retest this this RSI line right here. that is what I wanted on arbitrage, and it's kind of doing what I needed it to do. So yeah, I'm definitely still bullish on USD Mexican, and I mean, yeah, same thing here. It's just going down, probably going to retest this RSI line, then go bullish. 4-hour time frame, I would not have gone into that 4-hour sell. 1-hour time frame is definitely not setting up for anything yet. So yeah, at this point, I definitely would have wanted to. So let me see what this looks like on the weekly real quick. Oh yeah, for sure. Heck yeah. Yeah, I would definitely love for it to come down to like and hit this alert and then just go crazy bullish. Although I doubt it would do that, but that's what I would love for it. And I'm totally down to being into a position trade at this point for a couple of weeks or so. All right, let's go on to gold. Yeah, gold crushed my heart. What do I have here? What am I? Oh yeah, okay. Let me go ahead and delete this. I was watching for what gold is potentially going to do right now. But yeah, gold broke my heart because I was saying something like, oh, I wanted price to come up to 1801, and then I would look for sells there, and price literally came up to 1800. Just because I didn't say 1800, it said, oh, well, hey, I'll stop at 1800.645 and definitely fall down. So I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Had an alert set and everything, but it is what it is. But as of right now, and especially since the way how this looks like an evening star pattern, as if it's gonna drop. What I was saying was, although yes, it came down pretty fast, really fast at that. Like, I'm pretty sure off the weekly is a wick. Yeah, this weekly looks scary. Never mind. Never mind. Like, these weekly candles on gold are not giving me bullish vibes. It's like bearish. And I hate that that is correlating with the DXY. Like, I don't necessarily care about that gold and USD correlation, but the fact that it's actually correlating is, I don't know. But yeah, when it comes to gold, I'm pretty much still bearish on it, and I wish I would have gone. I mean, I wish price would have came up to 1801, but it never did, and it's okay because it is what it is. And so price will just end up falling. I mean, I do see the potential of, but again, price came down pretty fast. I mean, volume picked up when it was down at these lows, but that was just during the day. That, it could reject right here and go bullish. I mean, that would be cool, I guess, because then if price did go bullish, then I'd be questioning if I would want to get into this sell regardless. But again, it's the speed in which how price came down here that I'm not so crazy about. But yeah, this looks more like it's gonna go bearish. I mean, it fell pretty fast. I mean, it didn't fall as fast as it climbed up, but we'll see what happens when the market opens up. It is at a very interesting area, that's for sure, from the impulsive move. But again, it's just the way how it came back down, the way how the daily time frame closed, and the way how the weekly time frame closed. I wouldn't necessarily try to buy it, but that's just me. Weekly time frame, close all of that. Oh, weekly time frame just called for a sell last week. I'm not even remembering that I said that, to be quite honest. But yeah, and it's rejecting off of that RSI line. More signs that I don't necessarily want to sell it. I mean, I don't want to buy it. Daily time frame ended up closing under the RSI line. 4-hour time frame looks like it's trying to call for a sell. And 1-hour time frame definitely did call for a sell. So it's like, I'm definitely bearish on gold, and I'm not trying to buy it. But if it is gonna buy, then it would buy right where it's at. But I wouldn't try it, quite honestly. Okay, that's a big rip though. I'm really mad that it missed it by like 1 by like 1 pip point or 10 pips or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's 10 pips, but still. Let's go on to the S&P. This hit hard. S&Ps and US indices, they hit hard. From this big swing, came down here, price went bullish, the retracement, continuation to the upside. This played out very nicely. So, I mean, that's from last week. What I would say now is, I mean, well, at this point, is like if you would have bought in any of these levels off of some swing shit, although you would have got stopped out the first time, like how I did. You would want to move, like, you would want to make sure that you've taken some profits, break even. This is a level where price can just bounce off of again, but the way how price just went bullish like this, I have my doubts that this would hold, and I would just think that price maybe is going to be making a higher high. But who knows, right? Because again, from this high to this low, price is currently at this zone, and if it holds here, that's why I'm not even drawing another fib. I'm just leaving the same thing as last time. If price holds in this level, then it could for sure continue making lower lows. But based off of how history has shown with the S&Ps and everything like that, every time it makes a dip like that, usually just turns around and goes and makes higher highs. So we'll see what happens. But for now, I'm just leaving these things alone. If anything, I'd rather just wait for a retracement of some sort before it goes bullish again. 1 hour, 4 hour, daily time frame, all bullish. Well, daily time frame is above that RSI line, but yeah, this is basically still bullish. Weekly time frame never called for the sell. There is S&P. Let's go on to Dow Jones. This was more of a sniper, where it just boom hit 34181.3, then went bullish. This definitely played out very well. And when it comes to US 30, I'm going to delete all that. It's kind of the same thing, but it looks definitely like, okay, yeah, you don't want to mess with this. You don't want to mess with these buys because it's already blown past this supply zone, and it looks like it's just gonna keep going higher. So again, it's just like, don't touch it. You got in down here if you got hit down, I cannot speak. Again, from these lows to these highs, if you got in at this fib zone, anywhere inside here, yeah, hold that thing. For those of the swing traders. And yeah, everything on arbitrage is bullish on here, so except for that daily time frame, but I'm pretty sure, like I said, the way how it looks, it just looks like it's gonna keep going bullish. Same here and same here. All right, let's go on over to the crypto. Let's go, Biddy. What are we talking about here, Biddy? Oh, Biddy's going crazy. Biddy is going wild, and it is past my supply zone. Destroyed it. I'm happy to see that. And it's at 61,000. It came up to the highs of 62,944, basically 63,000. But would you want to buy here? That's the only thing I would ask you. Would you want to buy here? I mean, if you're down, then sure. But if you didn't buy these lows or any of these lows, I wouldn't try to buy here. And also just watch for little zones like this, because if you want a weekly time frame, you'll see them a little better. Just watch for this zone right here is all I can say. But I would not try to sell this, or I would not try to get into any buys at this point. If price is going to make all-time highs, let it do such. But or just sit back and watch, but do not try to participate. I would not. That's just my honest opinion. And we are at this support that at one time it was very restrictive on Bitcoin, and it didn't let it surpass getting any higher. And on that week, it never closed above here as well. So that's something we definitely got to watch out for. Want to see something? Yeah, definitely something we got to watch out for. So otherwise, Bitcoin is just doing its thing, man. That's wild. We'll see what happens. And again, if I am wrong and price makes all-time highs, I'm okay. I'm totally fine with that, because the crypto wallets ain't gonna be complaining. You know what I'm saying? Ripple on the other. Oh wait, let me go. I'll come to Ripple. Let me go on to arbitrage. I almost forgot. 1 hour time frame is calling for sells here, although it looks like it wants to go above this RSI line, and it closes in 16 minutes. So that's something to watch out for. 4 hour time frame definitely been bullish. Daily time frame definitely been bullish. Weekly time frame is still. How is this thing not called for a buy yet? I would have to say the next squeeze candle, if it would have to call for a buy, or if does it have to really go like break above these highs for it to call for the buy? I don't know, but that's wild how this is not called for the buy yet. I thought it would have by now. Oh, see what happens with Zibbity. Ripple, on the other hand, it's not doing what I needed to do. It's not acting like Ethereum in them. Bounced off of this smaller supply zone right here, and it's just been consolidating ever since it has done that. It hasn't been really that active as much as the other cryptocurrencies have. So that's something that I'm just like meh about. Or wait, what am I doing? Yeah, leave that there. So still, like, nothing's changed from what I've said on Tuesday or on last Sunday. So like, going over to arbitrage, I guess. Like honestly, wait, hold on. I'll even go even closer. Like honestly, nothing is gone except for just consolidating. 4 hour time frame. I mean, I don't want to do this, but I will. Price went bearish. We retraced at 1% bearish. Like, but it's just more of consolidating than anything. So, going on over to arbitrage. It did call for a fake buy, but it looks like it's just gonna sell. Daily time frame rejecting off of that upper danger zone, but it called for a buy, so I'm just like, leaving it alone. Weekly time frame still bullish, still has not called for the sell. So yeah, Ripple. 1 hour time frame call for the sell. I would not have gone into that, but it just looks like it's kind of going bearish right now. Ethereum. Going on to the weekly. Has 6 hours left until it closes. Still holding a little bit under this huge supply zone that I had, but it did go up above. It did go up to 3,971, but it didn't hold up there for long. Not really caring for the daily close, but it's again, still holding at the supply zone, so that's something I'm watching for. Nonetheless, but off of this sell that I gone into, I had set my stop loss at break even. That one, it was an unsuccessful sell. I didn't make any money off of it. I didn't lose any money off of it either. So I guess it's okay, but still seeing what Ethereum is gonna do at these levels. But I feel like if it breaks these highs, then it's definitely gonna go and start making more all-time highs. But still, Ethereum's still looking good though. It's still looking pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. 1 hour time frame, it did call for this sell. So this was a short-term sell. 4 hour time frame, still pretty bullish. And daily time frame rejecting off of that second deviation, but that could it could just possibly mean it goes any lower, but it's not a definite. And weekly time frame, same thing here. Second deviation looks like it's bouncing off of it, but that could just mean that it's bouncing off. That does not mean that it's going to go bearish. So we'll see what happens. Still 6 more hours till the day closes for Ethereum. Right? Let's go on over to GBP USD. I'm so glad I didn't get into the sell. I'm so glad I didn't get into the sell. So I was like, I don't like the way how GU is looking. I'm like, let me get out. And lo and behold, it kept going bullish. All right, so let me go ahead and delete all this stuff. So with GU, although yes, it did break through all that, still kind of wary off of it because I think I had talked about this. Did I? No, I did not. I only talked about that. Interesting. Okay. I could have sworn I had done this whole spiel, but I guess not. I was still saying, and this same thing could happen with EU. The same thing could still happen with EU, where it still has to go up a little higher and do some retracing. But this type of play could still happen on GU, where it went bearish, retrace back up, reject off of that fib, and then come back down, right? And what I mean by the same thing could happen with EU is that it still has all this that it could climb back up to do a retracement. If this is wrong, if this right here is wrong, that's probably what I'm going to be looking for, as in that, oh, that price is just probably going to end up going bullish a little bit and then going up to like 1.1800 or something like that, and then maybe it falls again. That's what I'm looking at for EU basically. But yeah, same thing on GU, but GU might be showing some rejections here, and we'll see if that's what it's really going to do. But it's too early to tell. It's been pretty bullish for the past couple of days. So, I mean, if you get some pretty decent price action, I guess, then maybe you can try out that sell, but I wouldn't try it out right now. Not until RB gives me something at least. But yeah. Let me go ahead and just leave this. I'm going to leave that zone there and just put this here. And I'm going to be watching GU. I'm not going to be necessarily trying to get into it. I mean, let me see what the 15-minute time frame looks like. Yeah, it's not bearish enough for me to try to say that, oh, maybe I'll try to get a smaller time frame retracement or sell or anything like that. It looks like it's kind of a possibility that a head and shoulder might play out, but I'm not going to try to get into that. Not yet, at least. And then watch GU punk me like how it's always done in the past. Weekly time frame, however, still calling for the sells. If I would have stayed in this GU sell, then my stop loss would still be intact. Doesn't look terrible for a retracement and a continuation sell right here. Doesn't look that bad, honestly. Daily time frame has yet to call the sell, but it is holding up against this mean line, and it's above this RSI line. So that's kind of iffy as well on the on the daily. 4-hour time frame, it looks pretty damn bullish, and the 1-hour time frame, this is probably what I would need to see call for a sell before I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try to get into a sell on GU type of vibe. But that's about it, honestly. GBP/AUD. All right, so GBP/AUD, I had said that, okay, maybe price is going to come up to like 1.185962 and then drop. It came very close to it, but I'm not really so crazy over. Well, at least let me say that at first I wasn't so crazy over the buys, but once price did drop and broke through these lows and then went bullish like this, that made me think otherwise, right? That makes me think of, oh, okay, price drops down, breaks out to the upside, retracement, continuation. That's what that makes me look at right now when I'm looking at GA with the way how this move played out. So it's still in this buy box area regardless, and so it could definitely go bullish here, but it's kind of hard to tell in my honest opinion. I mean, a swing buy might not be bad, but that's only if, again, AUD USD. I mean, AUD USD is at a point where I'm kind of like, it could sell, or it could very well just keep going bullish. But I'll make that decision on probably like Sunday night if I'm gonna like get into a swing buy on GA or something like that to see if it's gonna go bullish. But I'll make the decision. I can't make the decision right now because I would have to see this happen first before I'm like, okay, yeah, let's get into a swing buy type of thing. So that's for GA, honestly. Let's go on over to arbitrage. 1 hour time frame called for the buy, but this is just consolidating, so it looks kind of sloppy. 4 hour time frame, that looks like a shooting, like the evening star type of pattern. Daily time frame looks pretty bearish, and the weekly time frame is still bullish. Never called for a sell, so it's kind of, again, GA just looks iffy. These I'm gonna be watching though. Like, I'm gonna be watching those GP pairs. And GJ, this thing just is bullish, and I'm not touching it. And that's that. All right, I'm just playing. Let me go ahead and delete all this. I'm glad I gotten out of my GJ sell very early. Like, I was like, if it passes this, I am getting out very early. And this thing is just taking off like Team Rocket. However, I did say I want to see what price is going to do above at these equal highs. So that's basically my analysis on GJ. I'm seeing what it's going to do here. Definitely can come very much higher, I guess, if 164 or like 164, like, yeah, 164, but I'm not really gonna act upon anything right now. It's just, this thing is too bullish for me to even try to do anything to it, because if I make any choices at this point, it's kind of just like, oh, well, you're just trying to catch a top, or you're trying to chase the trade type of thing. So don't have much for you on GJ. RB, probably the 1 hour might be setting up. Yeah, the 1 hour setting up, but that's about it. So gonna be waiting on GJ. And last but not least, Euro GBP. Ooh, hold on, boy. All right, EG, big L. Big L on EG. And move drawings. You know, it just looks like it might be one. I mean, there is this zone here. There is this zone that is currently coming towards 2, and it hasn't been these lows since last year in the beginning of the year. So we'll see what happens with EG, but it looks pretty bearish to me. I wouldn't try to get into anything right at this point. I would want to wait a couple of days before I make any type of decision. But yeah, this thing just looks like it's going to keep falling. And again, I should have just been really paying attention to the weekly time frame, because it did not want to go for a buy right here. I'm just playing. But yeah, that's for EG, big L. So other than that, that is my analysis for the day. So thank y'all for checking that out. Appreciate it, and don't forget, like, subscribe, comment to the next wave, and let's have a profitable week. Later, y'all.